Will Tomato be able to pick it up and do some work with it here? You saw it earlier today. Did not go too well.
Yeah, it has not been inspiring.
No. But it does give you that flex, and you kind of get the last pick something else that can maybe carry the game alongside him. So I get the draft value. I'm sure it'll still function well enough to give you a chance to win the game.
Okay, so then that means you think that this Earth Spirit they got from the flex pick is an OP pickup.
It's the more important component. That's how I'd phrase it.
Okay, well,
I don't think this hero's OP. So
The battle begins.
I'm trying to get a judge from you out of whether or not this is worth flexing Tiny to carry. Because so far, Tiny carry has been bad. So you better make up for it with your mid pickup. So is Earth Spirit a game winner here?
I don't think it's the end-all be-all gotcha pick, but I think it's good enough. I think this draft makes sense. It's a very well-rounded draft. Has a little bit of everything. And I think both these drafts are pretty equal in a lot of respects. If I were to give an edge, I might honestly give the slight edge to VP just because Chen is kind of a stupid hero, man.
It does feel like he's been owning.
Chen just does Chen things, so I give a slight edge there, but you know, you have Doom for some anti-heal. You have an Ember that can go Vessel. So you have some anti-heal mechanics to line up against a Timber, a Chen. You're going to have some decent counteract with the gameplay there and the itemization.
And Chen doing Chen things when you've got Earth Spirit, Tiny, and Timber Saw cores sounds really good. Those are some tanky heroes, and if you can give them auras to make them even tankier, you may just run out of damage on OG.
We already see him starting out with that Swiftness aura on the little Hellbear for the Tiny. Nice hero to give some extra attack speed too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's some cool little synergy already. Did take the Gluttony on the Doom for the double Devour. So you have to be a little careful about what this guy's eating off the lane. But I am more interested in this mid lane. Earth Spirit with Abed versus Yopaj on his signature Ember. Two Sea brothers meet again on two heroes that are brothers.
That's right. Highlander rules. Only one Filipino mid is allowed to exist in this tournament. I gotta say, I'm sad about this matchup.
Why?
Virtus.pro and OG, I think it has been a breath of fresh air to have these two teams be good. It's nice to be able to have this old Shopify crew, you know, kind of coming back into form after it's been a long, long while since they were there. It's cool to see Saberlight, you know, kicking some butt. And it's always good to have a C team. Maybe not at the top, but near the top.
Oh, I agree with all that. I mean, these are fun teams to watch.
And it's one of them's going to get eliminated.
It's sad, but that's how it goes. Should have been better.
10-7. Yopaj is taking it to Abed right now.
I mean, Abed's 7-7. It's not the end-all be-all here.
Oh, got another one. That's a range creep deny. That's like 2 denies in one.
It's true. Yopaj definitely winning this lane, winning the regen battle, winning the CS battle. It's going the Ember's way slightly. But the two carries are really the ones absolutely free farming here.
Playing for Lotus, a little awkward. They're going to be sitting in this calling for a lot, and Scamp just takes so much damage anytime Saberlight gets close to him. Now, Natsumi is still going to be able to get the kill, and maybe double, actually. So damn fast. Look at him just boom, chasing down Saberlight, gets a double kill out of it. Meanwhile, Tomato died in the bottom lane. OG wins on both sides of the equation.
Got shackled into the Chain Lightning off of the Doom. A very nice early creep devour for Nico down here. At Tiny has a high HP pool, so he's not the best hero at zapping down, but when you can use your mana that efficiently, strong start. That's what I was saying. You have to be wary about the creeps you're trying to get with the Chen down here off the small camp, feeding into the Doom. Kind of backfires for Virtus.pro down here as the free farm Tiny goes down, and the lane suddenly going OG's way off that double kill top. Natsumi has had himself a tournament here.
Cuts that roll, trying to get the water rune, and does get grabbed by Abed. He's going to need that extra regen too because he's locked in a cage. Dead shot doesn't push Yopaj away. Hellscream
That was awkward.
That was not a good dead shot. What was that?
That was very awkward.
Like, isn't he supposed to bounce it off the clockwork and hit it into the Ember?
Or you just save it to disjoint the clock off the Earth Spirit so we can get out of there.
Sure.
I mean, either take the fight or bail him out. They kind of didn't either, and they just lose Abed on a water rune of all things. So now the laning phase definitely going OG's way. Getting some extra experience for their supports. This Earth Spirit's getting shut down a little bit in the 1v1 and in the gank war.
There are some awkward matchups here for the Clockwork. You got very tanky cores that he really can't threaten very easily. The calling is going to be an issue. Chen just brings a lot of creeps to the table, so kind of limits the effectiveness of Cogs and Battery Assault. Saberlight, though, is not having a good time against Natsumi's Gyrocopter. He's just being run down time and time again. He lives here, but he limps along.
The fact that Gyro got the double kill, solo XP, he's already level 5. You already have 3 points in Barrage. So hard to stand on lane. Natsumi, a massive threat in this laning phase. The lane never gets pulled back here. It's very difficult for Saberlight to walk up.
Shackles and Chain Lightning. Again, just like last time, the Fly's going to come in, but it's too late for Tomato. And in fact, it's going to be too late, it looks like, for them to get a kill off of it. Natsumi runs down Saberlight. In the meanwhile, I mean, what is going on?
Getting a little out of hand here. Seen some rough laning stages for VP this event. They don't need to win lanes. They are a very good mid-game team. They can recover. But this is getting a little rough. You're accelerating some of these cores to a large degree. And the Arcane Rune taken by Skem.
Yopaj, who had rotated for hoping for a bottom rune, will instead find a kill on Hellscream. And Fly is going to commit to kill Tims here. The kick goes out. Roshan, though, he intercepts it. And he's the one to kill Tims.
Nice little read there. Denying Abed anything in this game. This Earth Spirit really falling behind now. Just wants level 6. Try and find a kill with that. That's probably your best play here. It's going to be tough, though. Even if you get the 6 on the Earth Spirit, where are you going to go with it? You're going to go top into this mega over-leveled Gyro? That's a tough fight. You're going to go bottom into Doom, who has Purge Creep? That's a tough kill. Can't really kill this Ember. It just has Flame Guard and mobility. This could be a tough early game for the Earth Spirit to convert on some big core kills, as OG looking to contest the Shrine with the overleveled Gyrocopter.
This might be a little greedy, Skem. Already winning the laning phase. And now, oh, they're going to get punished. They're going to get punished real hard, potentially, as the Hex goes down, stopping the kick away there from the Earth Spirit. Natsumi laying a bunch of damage onto Abed. Can Abed survive? He gets off at least the Magnetize. Saberlight Timber Chain's back. Does Natsumi tick out?
Nope.
He does not. So that really, I mean, they got 2 kills off it, but they lost their Earth Spirit.
That should have gone better for OG, honestly.
It 100% should have.
If the clock is synergized with his 2 other heroes, they bring the Ember. That can be a disaster for Virtus.pro. So they did not get what they wanted. They lose Abed again, but honestly could have been worse.
Oh, I thought you were saying it should have been better for Virtus.pro. Like,
no,
Saberlight Timber could have Timber Chain forward.
Well, that
makes sure Gyro died.
I think the way that went, it could have been better for VP. But I think if OG make that move properly, if they bring the Ember and the clock with full resources to that fight right when the Gyro gets there, I think that's a tough fight for...
Yeah, you're dropping like the Gyro ult on the Wisdom Shrine.
Yes, there's Cogs, battery down.
Yeah.
They basically got the kill Skem for free, and the Ember was late to the party. And you still didn't even get the Gyro out of that. So, tough deal for VP as they're going to bring the Tiny top to look for Natsumi.
Now, this is where the strength of the Tiny carry comes in. Very dangerous hero, though. No toss, 204 build for him.
Nice defensive ward up here. Gets de-warded, but did its job. OG will dodge this gank.
Now they spotted Heroes. Tomato, he was going to go through the gate. Now he comes back to commit. The TPs are coming in, though, and Tomato's going to be in some trouble. That is a level 7 Doom, and they may not even need Doom to kill Tomato. In fact, with... Oh, man. The Shadow Shaman came in from the other side, killed Fly at the same time, or it gave the vision for Natsumi to get it with the Flat Cannon kills. I mean, OG is just absolutely destroying Virtus.pro in this early game. I mean, they're countering every move they're making.
Outmaneuvering them. The vision game's been on point. They're just reading the moves, setting up for it. This Tiny has nothing. Lost his courier off that as well. Still haven't really seen a Magnetize go to work in these fights.
TP in from Fly, and immediately going to die. Me oh my.
This is getting rough. Kind of hard to see where the playmaking is going to come from for VP. Again, it has to be Abed. He needs to find some core kill connections here. And you're still looking at this gyro, because the other cores, I think, are more difficult to kill. Oh, this looks a little difficult with no direct stuns.
Once again, feels like Virtus.pro are kind of forcing things, and OG is really prepared.
I even get the shackle. They get the shackle. No follow-up. Abed survives, but you lose another power rune. You lose another core kill. You do not claim that gyro.
Better hope this Magnetize does a lot of work. They need some recovery kills, being down 4K. Hellscream is definitely going to die here, but what can Abed get out of this? Rolls past Tim's, gets the re-up on the Magnetize.
No, not like this.
But now Tim's is going to shackle, try and heal himself up. He is...
Not even dead?
Not even dead.
And now the Timber's dead.
Doom. Timber's... I mean, just, like, you want to tap out now or what?
This is absolute outplay. It's not just a draft problem. It is just outmaneuvers, outlaning, little advantages going OG's way, bringing more numbers to the fight, disjointed plays from VP. They don't have the most natural support duo to set kills up if the cores fall behind. OG really taking advantage of it.
4K gold lead, 5K gold lead, 11 minutes. It's not an insurmountable lead, but it does kind of like, it just feels like OG's just better.
Yeah, they're just better right now, for sure. It's not about the lead. It's about how this lead got built. This isn't one of those leads where, oh, there was Huskar mid, what could we do?
Yeah.
This is a lead where you're just straight getting outplayed at every turn and need to find a way to stabilize this game right now. Vessel done for Yopaj, 3 charges on it. Just casually walking up and deboarding. He has so much freedom in this game.
And Sentry was just about to die. Yopaj gets there in time to kill an Observer Ward. Just nothing going right for VP.
Radiant's top tower.
See if they can slow this game down. There's a missed hook shot. Okay, there's something. Gotta find some more farm for the Chen. Get him 1 or 2 small ores here. Levels for Hellscream, as your Morita is your best follow-up stun and silence in this game, but he's just missing so much XP. And you need that first fighting item on Abed. He's trying to go Blade Mail here. His effective net worth will be a lot higher if he can finish that. Still a ways off. This is like one of the slowest games of his career right here.
Yeah, he is the poorest core.
Did not jungle too fast with this hero either. And he definitely jungles, but it's a slog.
He is almost half Natsumi's net worth.
Rough times out here. Smoke coming through. Yopaj with those Vessel charges wants to find anything, and he will find a juicy Chen. Maybe not the target you want to find.
Avalanche covers him. Okay. Dead shot. There you go. VP find a 5th kill for themselves and kind of stem the bleeding a little bit.
That's what you want. Just stabilize, group up defensively, let OG overextend. Can definitely recover in this game. Get him up to his usual camp blocking shenanigans. He really likes sentry blocking enemy camps. He does it almost every game.
Yeah, I feel like there was a window of time where we just gave up on doing that. I think when the bigger map came in, people were like, there's so many camps. You know, I block out one camp, he's just going to go somewhere else.
Blocking camps is very efficient if you're ahead too. Enemy has limited access to the map. If you take away the map they do have, they kind of just get stuck wondering what they're supposed to do. It's not as if you're taking farm away from your team when you have so much more space to operate in.
Radiant are scanning.
closing in on that blade mail. It is a slow crawl for Abed here. You can see that VP want to make a move. They just don't have the items to do it right now. So got to keep stalling, try and avoid the pickoffs. Gyro is going to be big no matter what. You're just going to have to deal with that. Try and get the survivability up. Don't have good enough options.
Is their lineup to deal with that?
Can definitely go late here.
Radiant's middle tower is
Assuming everybody gets farmed and the Chen backs him up.
I think my biggest concern is when you're behind like this with this lineup, you don't have like the best control.
No.
Especially Tiny isn't going, you know, like any sort of blink dagger type deal.
You have damage though. You can bring your cores together. You have Earth Spirit Tiny for some extra stuns. It's going to involve everybody joining the fight at the exact right moment to find those big kills. If OG start on your cores, fight's probably already lost, given the game state. Can't let them walk up and just land hook shot into Doom and chains, and there's gyro spells getting thrown down. We're going to smoke Yopaj top again. Really trying to get this Ember's momentum going. These are the plays you have to dodge if you're VP.
Nico, he wants that Doom on the Timber Saw. It's not needed, though. Saberlight is finding absolutely no purchase in this game. He can't stay alive. He's trying to get to a pipe, but he is just dying to all this early magic damage. He's so far behind by the time he gets this pipe.
Eyeing up Abed mid. Did finish the blade mail.
Got the roll away.
Yeah, live. Space for Tiny to recover. Tomato definitely doing that. The hero that can farm pretty fast. Doom available. First Spirit's a little too fast on the map.
Virtus.pro thinking this is a moment maybe where OG overextend themselves, kicking Tim's back into the rest of the team. A 6th kill now. And they have managed to keep this net worth even. They got up to 5K and it's kind of just sticking there now.
They have their early fighting items. Again, if they combine the cores, they have the stuns, they have the damage. That's where the threat is going to lie. So if you're OG, you just don't want to overextend into the VP group up. You can poke them, you can prod them, see who's there, but do not just run into their entire lineup when they group. That is the strength of this Chen-based draft here. You will have to respect this game, no matter how far ahead you are. Did get an amp damage for Yopaj. Very nice rune. Looks like VP also got rid of most of the vision in their jungle areas, so not a lot of information for OG to make moves onto right now. They're kind of just playing a static setup, farming towards BKBs, at which point you can just go for the Roshan Force with the Shaman wards, or you can just do it in a really aggressive smoke into enemy triangle.
Natsumi is crazy farmed.
Yes.
Aghanim's Crystallis already done.
They're just going to force the Rosh now with the Doom BKB. They say that's enough.
I think they're right about that one. Natsumi does enough physical damage that it shouldn't take so long to bring this down. Serpent Wards really helps as well.
You have the amp damage on Yopaj if the fight does break out, so very confident to take this right now. I think this is a fight that, in theory, is contestable, but not one VP likely ever take, given the game state.
Took a while to get there, but finally. Roshan does fall. It gives VP a good amount of time to farm, but the upcoming team fight, I have to assume they want no part of.
You do want to see OG kind of pick up the threat around the map, though. Like, you do not want to see this lead stay at 5K for the next 5 or 6 minutes during this Aegis. You have a lot of independence on the gyro, which means you can just go and look for kills. You have Blink Shaman, you have Hookshot. Your supports can give you the catch, and your cores can give you the damage. So you just want to combine it in these 2 or 3 man hit squads and pick VP apart across the map as they try and recover. If you can get deep vision out, that'll help you a lot. Right now, they're just stacking it up.
we've definitely reached into a bit of a lull, which I'm sure Virtus.pro are happy with, considering they were just bleeding out all over the map. But Tomato, he's going to be caught here. Blink revealed from Tim's. And Tomato, no BKB in sight.
That's massacred by this Infernal Blade. Such a good spell against the now 4.2 strength gain. Just melts him with the percent burn.
Yeah, combined with innate when you're this far ahead, right?
Oh yeah.
Extra 25% damage. All these heroes are lower level than Doom.
Technically they're the same level.
Oh, is Tiny 13?
I wonder, it doesn't count, it has to be an actual level high,
Yes,
right?
it has to be an actual level. It's the same as Winter Wyverns or whatever.
What?
One of those heroes has like the same definition where it's like a whole, it says a level, and it's not just a difference in experience. You need to be an actual level. I don't remember what heroes innate it was.
Talking about herd mentality?
Yeah, Spirit Breaker, that one. It was one of the weird experience ones.
Well, there's Tormentor. New and improved jetpack. You can toggle.
Oh,
Yes.
toggle.
Valve realized the shard is so bad they wanted to give you the ability to turn it off mid-use.
What is your problem?
That's how you know a shard is bad. Oh, we forgot to give you the off button here. It was so good. Why would you ever want to turn it off? Answer me that, Austin. If you had a real-life jetpack, would you ever turn it off? No. Found the Doom. That's a lot of damage. Okay.
Almost killed him. BKB, TP way. They have no control to get through that.
Well, that's sad.
That is pretty sad. So you're saying Radiance is a bad item?
Radiance?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad now. I don't think we're going to see it.
Okay.
Dire's top tower is under
The only reason they made that toggleable is because you have to be able to hide it when you're smoking. That's it. Some change for Miracle, so you can like hide in the trees and oh, I couldn't find him, you know. Oh, OG Onslaught, they're just powering through towers. They are building a lead during this period.
Dire's top tower is
I'm
under
kind of surprised Natsumi went BKB before finishing up the data list.
It's just such a good BKB game.
Yeah,
Fell for the Earth Spirit spells and you just ignore so much damage in their lineup.
I just thought he would min-max the Aegis, you know?
But I don't think they have a lack of damage is the thing. Doom, Ember, Vessel charges.
Radiant's
Nice little
bottom
setup
tower
from
is
VP,
under
trying to bait out this position around the tier 1 mid that they get spotted by the Rocket Flare. Heads up Rocket Flare from Skem. It's going to set up a
gonna
jump.
jump on it. He got the information thanks to Skem. Unfortunately, the follow-up really wasn't quite there. And
he's
was able to
jetpacking in.
chain away, hook shot in, grabs Tomato. Tomato, a really good catch.
Is that blind? What?
No way to be able to stop all this magic damage that's going to ensue. No BKB, so he just falls. Meanwhile, the Doom on the Earth Spirit, they've done enough damage. Is he going to die inside of the fountain? I think he might. Chakram goes out, but the jetpack, incredible shard, does get Skem away to safety. Nobody dies on the side of OG, while 3 fall on Virtus.pro.
Sick hook shot from Skem. Utilizing that jetpack to all its potential. He gets in there, gets the angle, very close angle on an invis Tiny trying to get away, and just locks him in a cage, and you're absolutely done once that happens. No BKB to stand your ground. Just get melted by all the single target focus damage.
I mean, it was such a one-sided fight. Natsumi didn't even pop BKB.
The fight's kind of over at this point. Again, you just cannot get jumped on your cores if you're Virtus.pro. Fight's going to be way too easy for OG, just running you down. They have the superior technology. They have the superior levels. Can't stand your ground yet. Another reason the early BKBs are so influential here is, you know, Abed has one item in this game. It's Blade Mail. It's not doing a lot to BKB heroes.
Natsumi now pops that BKB.
Okay,
and
you got
straight to Tomato. The carry Tiny continues to struggle, though the Shadow Blade is going to get him out here. They didn't have any detection between these two cores, of course. And it's going to be an overextension here from OG. They lose their Doom. They lose their Emperor. Big gold swing for VP off of that.
Nice little turnaround. Some street gold as well.
Yeah, 1,200 for the Doom.
See if Tims can get out of here. Blinking one.
Oh, they actually tagged him with damage, unable to get the blink off. Hellscreen gets him just in time. Well played.
That's a 4-man wipe right there. I am very surprised Yopaj died. That was extremely close. They had just enough damage between the Muerta and the Earth Spirit there. No BKB on that Ember does make him susceptible to some of the chain silencing and all that. Skev's not done though.
He just goes straight back to it. The game plan every single time. Go after Tomato, catch him, and let his team follow through. But this time around, some of his team was still dead. Not everybody was in position to follow that up.
A little too over anxious there.
Yeah, he jumps in and Gyro's like, I mean, I could flat can him. I don't even have my ultimate backup, Skem.
Tiny's proven his worth a little bit. Such a super tanky hero. Against a lot of the damage OG have is nuke damage right now. The scaling right click isn't really online for the Gyro. It's coming there. Daedalus is done. That definitely helps, but most of it's Infernal Blade or Vessel that's going to chunk this Tiny. Other than that, it's kind of a beast, and he is closing in on that BKB, which will give Virtus.pro the ability to stand on that front line, take the fight, keep the formation for their Chen. Super important in this game.
To get an idea of how impactful that was, that OG threw away that fight in the mid lane, it was a 90-10 game. And now it is a 75-25 game. Obviously, they're still ahead. Obviously, they're still very favored. But this was at a point where the game was almost unplayable for Virtus.pro.
Still a difficult position, but some hopium.
Abad might actually get a second item.
Closing in on that Shivas.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Saberlight going on walkabout here.
Definitely still some decent concern with how farm this Gyro is to just carry this game. If he gets to Satanic, you have Pack Leader Aura on the Doom, giving him even more DPS. You don't have great ways to burst Natsumi in this game. Your lineup just doesn't 100-0 this guy unless Tiny can walk up to him and just combo him, which should never happen. Tim's out of mana.
Saberlight thought to himself that he was going to cut some waves. Somehow Tim's was one step ahead of him. Caught him the moment he showed for a creep. And then Nico follows it up. Doom. Bada bing, bada boom.
Those are big pickoffs. If you can get these waves out and stall the game as VP, that's time for your Tiny to farm. Very dangerous to show right now. Giving all the safe farm to the Tiny. Trying to get Tomato to this BKB before they Roche, but
yeah, it does.
It's just a little too slow.
Giving all this farm to Tiny. Can Tiny actually carry this game?
He can get good angles in the fight and find some great initiation off the Shadow Blade, sure. If OG are disciplined and you take those angles away, it looks tough. Aegis is going to be very difficult for Virtus.pro to deal with here.
OG is going to do this at the 28-minute marker, so double Wisdom Shrines for VP. That'll help them along a bit. But I like that killer move. Buy the gem on this second Aegis. This is OG's time to either end the game or cripple Virtus.pro.
They do see the Gyro bottom. If VP want to try and start a fight right now, no carry here for the first half of it. We see OG just kind of swinging all their heroes to that bottom half of the map. Do not want to give an initiation up without Natsumi's presence, as they are pushing towards Yopaj BKB. So if you don't take the fight now as VP and they just have triple BKB available, that fight becomes really difficult. You might not have a choice though. base defense-wise, you always do have that toss back, but it's not a Blink Tiny yet.
Radiant.
Also, that Blink toss back, you can just get hexed when you go in. So this is not the easiest base defense for VP here. If you can find the Shaman, that's great. OG should be aware of this. They should be protecting the supports.
Satanic and an Aegis.
He's massive. Level 20 as well for the flak hits.
This is going to be so hard to bring down this gyrocopter.
Tomato just trying to finish Blink Dagger so you can go for that toss back play. Have to TP back and fight without it. Is invis. Might be able to get the walk up.
There it is. Gets tossed back. Immediately is going to be jumped, but he gets off the BKB. Unfortunately, Gyrocopter is kind of untouched here. The Earth Spirit rolls into the backline and does demolish two different supports. Oh, the Shadow Shaman actually survives. Sliver of HP for him. He's good. Just the clockwork to die.
Even with the toss back, I mean, there's 2 lives on Natsumi. He's got Satanic. He'll always live.
Yeah, frankly, it's just not a winning strategy to... If anything, he would have tossed his Gyrocopter back to his team.
OG just not giving them another option, presenting no other opening. Is he really just dead here?
Yeah, he is. Do they have no smokes or anything?
They do. I mean, they could have smoked and flanked. They have 3 smokes on Hellscream. I felt like one of those fights where maybe you go in with the Tiny, you keep the Chen in base, you smoke the other heroes around, and just look for the Shaman cleanly. Try and avoid a Doom landing on your Earth Spirit, because doing the Earth Spirit, pretty straightforward here.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Still Aegis for 2 minutes.
An amp damage waiting in the top river.
I think you have to just go fight if you're VP, though. Doom's on cooldown. Kind of the best opportunity you're going to get.
Well, they better do some D-warding if they do that, because there is vision all over their side of the map. Got one sitting in the mid lane and the top lane. Any moves that Virtus.pro make that is not smoked, it's going to be spotted.
Ward in the base from Skem. He's going to go in.
They got the initiation onto the Earth Spirit, though. A beautiful avalanche hits on 2.
That's an amp damage.
Locking in that Earth Spirit with the amp damage, doing the flat cannon shot. Top end gets the roll away and back to the fountain. He almost died to a flat cannon shot there. One final shot followed him all the way back to the fountain, but he healed just enough to stay alive.
You have to go, though. You're just going to get megas here. Doom is coming back off cooldown. 1 second. Fight did not get easier, and they are looking for the smoke flank, but Abed gets scanned.
Roll in, Shivas. He's not finding anything with this.
Completely red by
The
OG.
damage is going to tick out here, so he no longer has that tool. Another 45 seconds for the Aegis, but Natsumi is not going to give them a break here. He's saying, I'm either going to take the Megas or you're going to have to fight through this Aegis. One or the other. Range barracks down. Now Saberlight's being caught, trying to clear through the cogs to get him out of there in time, but chained up, and the Gyrocopter follows through with the damage. Shamato just through the AoE is already at half HP, and that's going to be Megas. Natsumi's going to finish this.
Easy 32-minute megas here.
And ready to go with the butterfly to slot in as soon as that Aegis expires.
Classic gyro game. Never died. Had that tremendous laning stage against the Timber. Just ran away with it completely untouchable. You're going to have to toss and kick this guy into the fountain at this point. Might even survive that, honestly. Yeah. Satanic Butterfly. One last smoke for the boys.
Like, Tim's is just playing right in front of their fountain.
Got him.
Like, he's gonna die. There's no doubt. Natsumi dropping the bomb. Flat cannon shots all over the place. Will take out 2. Oof. And the throne will make it 3. GG. OG just stomped Virtus.pro, man. That was not a game. That was a thrashing.
Weirdly enough,
Creep in. Are we really a playoff team? But when in doubt, storm it out, Avery.
Boba will go back to his ace up the sleeve. They'll get a first blood here on Nico. Just ran into him, got caught off guard, run down. Virtus.pro already doing better than last game.
That's true. They have a net worth lead. Didn't have that at all in game 1.
I think their draft looks pretty solid. Again, it's kind of got a little bit of everything. Maybe you believe in the last pick Storm, maybe you don't, but it can be a good Storm game to help carry the Gyro because the Gyro is up against some tough picks in terms of that Mars. DK is pretty tanky, and then there's 2 forms of invis between the Mirana Moonlight Shadow plus the Sakuchin Weaver that can kind of dodge out some of the flak. I always like the Mirana against the Gyro. I think it's one of the better supports against this hero. You get really farmed, you can build auras, you can sometimes just arrow him in the middle of the fight, chain stun him forever, and Moonlight Shadow goes a long way towards initiating on this hero or keeping your supports alive against the flak. So I like the Mirana pick here.
Was this a pub? Tomato was sharing his music?
Huh, that's okay.
Oi, Philippines! Philippines! Woo! Oi, Philippines!
Do you agree with Kezu?
Woo!
Is this a Giga Weaver game?
Yeah, on paper. But I feel like I've said that about the last few Weaver games we've casted, and the hero looked pretty rough. So maybe the hero just isn't as strong as people think. I do think this is another great Weaver pick. I have some faith in the pick for sure. I just don't want to see another one of these games where it's Weaver in a good game and he goes this Hurricane Pike Manta Lincoln's nonsense and you just don't do any damage. That's also not doing any damage.
Not even getting damage on him.
I mean, why even go for that? What is the upside, even if you land it?
You're not even going to do that much.
It's 100 mana. You now have basically one more spell for the lane on this Primal.
Well, that is if you don't get caught.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Easy. Stick charge. Going to pull the wave here, though. Not confident to play the lane straight up. Very tough lane for the Primal. Can't really blame him here. You want to get that equilibrium back as quickly as possible, but Skem, he's got other ideas.
Yeah, he's one step ahead of that. They do have double range, so it is going to kind of push in no matter what, but
not the worst situation for Saberlight. Just need to get the lane back so the clock cannot control you and set kills up for this Weaver. Always look for a bit of stacking too, if it really comes down to it.
Yeah, we don't want to see another Saberlight game where he's just shut out. I feel like Virtus.pro, I don't know, I'm not going to say he's like the key player or anything, but it does kind of feel like on their wins, Saberlight is cooking. And on their losses, he is completely absent.
Very volatile player. He's on a really strong hero for the meta so far, from what the games I've seen. His primals look really good. So no excuses in that department. Just a matter of can you find the openings, can you get the farm online and have impact in the team fights. Even if you're poor out of the laning phase, Primal can always get a lot done off of the spell power alone.
Oi,
The other 2 lanes,
I do
solid
think
starts for Virtus.pro here.
Pre-BKB, it is annoying to play Primal in this game, though. You've got Cogs, you've got Arena, they're fast stuns like Dragon Tail. You can't get the Weaver bugs off of you if you're trampling.
For sure. But once you get BKB,
Sure.
very different story.
Well, that's why it's so important for him to actually have a strong laning phase, because otherwise that BKB can get really delayed.
Wouldn't be surprised to see if OG try and go for the Mirana ganks mid on the Storm before he can get to 6 at some point. Just easy DK stun into arrow, clean him up. That is a play that VP need to think about and have TP support ready of their own, particularly on the 4-minute water rune, 6-minute power rune, and when that DK form comes out, you can kind of guarantee that's done. That combo can be deadly for Abed this game. Look at his leap forced out here. No damage done.
Fighting over the Lotus. Saberlight eats and tramples away.
Big minus armor on
Hellscream taking so much damage with these bugs.
Down to minus 10 or 11 there. That hurts. Very strong lane for OG. This is their strongest lane in this game, other than the mid lane, which is free farm lane for Yopaj, but he's not really shutting Abed down. Strong start for Tomato on the gyro, though. We saw what this gyro could do in that game 1. It's now going to be in his hands. One of his signature heroes here. He's off to the races. Very good CS. Got the early kill. Courier sniping. Here's the 4-minute water rune that maybe look for some action here against the Storm. You can deny it out or just stun arrow him on it, but Fly already ahead of the gameplay. Keeps forcing these leaps out. Not fun for Tims. He's going to have to go to base.
Do you think escape act primal while he's trampling is good?
It's okay. I mean, it's not bad.
I mean, he can't be targeted. He gets extra movement speed.
You're probably getting out of it pretty fast, though.
Hot health stream. Natsumi tags him with a Shikuchi, bit of damage. But they will respect the fact that Saberlight could come in with his full combo.
I really want to see Natsumi go a different Weaver build than the other ones we saw. If there's one player who's going to get more aggressive with this hero, to me it is him.
You don't like the Maelstrom build?
Maelstrom's fine.
Isn't that what we saw, mate, dude?
I think that build was okay. I just don't like triple defensive item. These builds end up into Hurricane Pike Lincoln's Manta. You just don't do any damage. It's like that game we watched at Toro. He just went 3 defensive items and he was dying anyway.
I mean, I want to see Deso. You have a minus armor lineup, right? You got Dragon Knight.
I like the Deso. Deso, Daedalus, Divine. Lock it in.
Okay. That's a man's build right there.
Yeah. That is a man's hero.
20 seconds till Power Rune.
Bringing the Mars mid with this DK form.
Yeah, I like that because you might be bringing the Primal Beast in.
True.
So you gotta kind of equalize things. It's one of the advantages of Primal is he can make those kind of silly plays. But here, he's just gonna have to teleport away as Natsumi kicks him out as he was cutting waves. Yopaj committing to the tower here. Big damage. Virtus.pro needs some help.
They're just abandoning this here one. They do save Catapult top with a big wave, so they are getting some trade-off here. Opted to just play ultra safe, not lose the Storm to this gank. Wasted the Mars time. Oh, that is not where you want to be.
Fly able to snowball dodge a bit of the damage, but the teleports are coming in.
It's a DK teleport. That's an expensive TP up here, so you got to get
body blocking. Very good stuff. It will get that off lane tower.
Was that worth it for you? I mean, I guess it's worth it for Yopaj. Gets the tier 1 mid, goes top, gets a kill. This will help secure that Wisdom Shrine as well. But you kind of got to get out of here so you give some of the XP to the Mars. It's a D-ward as well. Nice D-warding here.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah. This is not an objective you can give up. All right, they bring the Storm. That'll secure it.
That will secure it as long as somebody goes back, takes it at some point. Very nice of Abed to leave it for his supports.
Very nice indeed. Or maybe for the Primal. They want a faster Primal level 6 here. Both these offlaners had a very rough time in this laning phase, as these carries are super strong laners, had the better lead. So the difference in this game could come down to that mid. Who makes some better moves, gets those power runes, finds some bigger pickoffs here, starts snowballing a little faster. And both these mids have some pretty good supports to play with them. Looking for the 8-minute power rune. It's not what Tim's wanted to find.
Gonna be bottom shield rune for Abed, and perhaps a kill. And a kill that leads to a galvanized stack.
Arrow?
Arrow does land off of the Dragon Tail, but Escape Act will keep him alive. Can we talk about, by the way, that changed the Storm Sphere? The galvanized stacks you only lose 2 on death rather than 3.
Radiant's top
Pretty big
tower
change.
is under attack.
Why did they do that? I feel like Storm has been pretty good and has certainly snowballed a lot of galvanized stacks. I feel like
What
there
is
should be
going
a
on
way
here?
to remove them. Trying to take their stacks?
That's really dangerous against Arena. I agree. I don't think it's a change Storm needed, but hey, was Storm that popular in the meta? Not really. Gonna ult for nothing. Get to clean up this hard camp a little bit. Bit awkward for OG to go in on these early kills if the supports are there because of the bailout. You have all this single target stun chain effect, but if the hero just gets boxed or snowballed, it all goes away.
Sure.
That's where the Weaver's going to have to make his impact felt in this game as he gets pulverized. And Saberblade will get the hell out of there. Does not want to fight this clock at all. Kind of a slower start for OG. I mean, they're doing fine net worth-wise, but they did not run this game over like we saw game 1. VP holding their own. Have a lot better heroes at fighting early. Still trying to find some power runes for Abed. That's the one piece of the puzzle that has not been there. But they have a very farm Gyro who can connect the plays and fights in the river. Tomato looking to do just that.
We will be connecting to, I was going to say Amrana, but if it's a Dragonite, that's a hero you actually can kill here with a zip in. Pull him back into the snowball. Yopaj turns back around. Dragon Tail stun onto the Storm Seer, who might be caught inside the arena. No. Nico finally lets loose the spear, kills Tomato as a result, and the Dragonite doesn't go down. In fact, Abed was underneath the sentry, had to zip away. Hellscream gets up to the high ground. Okay, nice little whoopee cushion play. Natsumi still catches up to him, though, and the drinking buddies will not bail him out. 2 deaths, and they'll even force Abed to use a little bit more mana to get away.
Great TP from Natsumi. This is the early Weaver action you need in this game to turn these tides. If the Gyro is going to come fight, you need the Weaver to come fight. And perfect arena. Nico saves the Dragon Knight, secures the kill on the Gyro. OG very ready for that exchange. They do not want to give power rune control to the Storm here. We see how much they're prioritizing it. They continue to impress with the calls. Like they have very good reads of who they need in certain plays and
the
who they're ready to
dagger
fight.
reveal kills Abed.
Even some people like that, very fast, very efficient, just clean. VP not ready for it. That is what's going to build you a gold lead in these games, just making smart plays with the right people. Even going to steal some of the ancient stacks. So we saw VP trying to take away OGs earlier. Now it's getting done to them, and you cannot defend this one without that Storm.
No, this is something they can actually take, whereas we saw Virtus.pro, they maybe got some of the hard camp creeps, so they didn't really get any of those
Radiant's top
ancients.
tower is under attack.
Skem kind of flirting around behind this tier 1. Looking for Saberblade. Does have that ward behind the tower. Does not see the TP, though.
Grab on Natsumi, hook shot to stop the follow-up. So Skem gives up his life, bails out Natsumi.
Absolutely the right play. Again, in the right place on the map with the right heroes. Yeah, you give up the clock, but that is not what VP wanted out of that play.
And another power rune that's going to be denied from Abed because he had to make that play. An arcane rune at that. A rune that he would have loved to have. Instead goes to Yopaj.
I don't think he's gotten a single power in this game.
He got the shield rune, right?
Oh yeah, the one he
minute.
jumped on the clock early, 6-minute one. Slow game for him. Not getting galvanized stacks, not getting power runes, not finding a lot of kills.
Oh,
There's
you
the
left the
tower. Yeah,
tower
what
one
is-
hit, eh?
What are they doing with that? Easy gold here.
Take that. Stupendous.
Well, little mistakes add up.
They do. It's what swings this lead OG's way. Bringing the Weaver top, looking for a little skirmish action.
We will outnumber if the Mars can join in on this fight. Go after Fly, see if they can get a quick pick off on him. All he could do was snowball on Natsumi. Drinking Buddy's trying to pull him out, but now they got the arena. And that locks in Tomato as well. They spear him back. They do not want to commit to this fight, not with the mass teleports that are coming in. Virtus.pro just have to complete their teleports and hope that they can get 1 or 2 kills out of it. They'll kill Scam.
Might re-engage with the DK here. VP used a lot.
Dragon Tail stun, but an escape back. Bails him out. Turn around, pulverize. Into the wheel, perhaps. Nico doesn't stare in. He managed to get the spear onto the gyrocopter, stopping a bunch of flat cannon damage. That was going to rain in. Finally gets the shot off, and that'll kill Nico. Double for Tomato off of that one. OG, this time it's their turn to kind of misread the situation, and it's going to cost them badly here if they can actually take the Wisdom Shrine. Nah, they're not healthy enough.
That Weaver's still lurking around. Great fight for VP. Near the tower, they get some value out of their ultimates and a lot of value out of the tankiness of these heroes early on. It's like 1700 HP Gyro, 1800 HP Primal. Just too much meat to cut through. Tim's went in for the big plays, gets bursted down from that Gyro. You almost finish Tomato off, but if the Weaver can't commit to the fight, you are not going to convert here. Still looking for the fast plays. DK Mirana combo is gonna connect. Yes.
Got him on the Starstorm second round.
Nice little pick off there. Power runes continuing to work for this Dragon Knight haste rune and getting him in there.
This is very efficient. The rest of the smoke, the Clockwork uses it to get a ward deep behind the safe lane tower, which hasn't died yet, but OG are clearly making a move to eliminate it. They're going to catch Tomato. Pull, Drinking Buddies does not give him that leeway against the spear. And Tomato, well, he's fast, but Yopaj has a Blink Dagger. Gets the other side of him. They'll both get cleaned up.
What a sick connection, especially from Skem. The route he took off of all that was absolutely perfect. To find the wards, the gyro, VP just not expecting a second play off of that initial smoke.
Now he heads to bottom through the gate.
It's just doing everything here.
Do they have the damage to kill Abed? Hook shot, arrow off of all of that. Okay, nicely chain stun by OG.
This is what impresses me about this team. The little synergy is so damn good right now. Again, the recognition to bring the right people into the plays every time at the exact right moment. That is a sign of a very good team and a team that is gelling very well together. It builds you leads. Suddenly up to 3K here. That gyro is still very fat, but better plays being made by OG around the map right now. It's netting them a lot of gold across their cores. The pipe's going to be done for the Mars here shortly. Your DK is starting to ramp up his damage. You have a mech on the Mirana. The auras are going to be there for OG in the 5-on-5, and then you start to wonder, are you going to run out of damage as Virtus.pro? You have a lot of spread damage in this lineup. Not a lot of single target burst as you went to Drinking Buddies over the tag team for the gyro, but if this Mars gets Pipe Crimson up, plus some auras from the Mirana, very concerned about BP taking a head-on 5-on-5. And who's building auras for them? I mean, they have 3 cores that are all itemizing as traditional go-in, deal damage, right-click cores. Not going to have auras in this game.
Do you need auras if you have saves?
If you have enough damage, no. Oh, isn't that disgusting? I don't know what that was.
Vampiric Manager. Okay, everyone's gonna get one.
Definitely gonna see more mana draws with the Clarity nerf. Scouting Roche with an arrow. Pipe is done for OG, so they're ready to fight. Jump just about anything in this game. VP make the correct call. They bail on that top lane, trying to protect the gyro as he pushes towards finishing up the Dragonlance here. Just get even tankier in this early game. Is he getting a little too cocky mid though? You have saves behind you, but OG have a lot of chain stun potential.
Yeah, they glyph the wave to try and keep Tomato there a little bit longer, but...
And still no power rune for Abed. It spawns top, and it is a big one amp damage into the Roche for
Ooh,
OG.
yeah, they've got plenty of damage now. Bug already makes Roshan pretty easy to take and amp damage that much easier. And they have the scan,
But it's late.
can't do much about it. I mean, they're going to smoke towards it.
Gonna have to jump the pit here.
Abed, it's going to be up to you. Tomato, he's going to get close. Spot some heroes. They're going to try and blow up the Mirana, but Roshan is already dead and the Aegis is picked up.
Oh,
Spear
great
goes
dodge.
out. Good snowball dodge. Wheel right in the middle of this arena, catching Natsumi, and Natsumi gets off the time lapse. He doesn't lose the Aegis, and now he's just going to go hog wild, chasing after heroes. Tomato, he's going to be his first target. There goes Gyrocopter, now turns back to Saberlight's Primal Beast. Good whip. Hell Scream, trying to create a little bit of separation for Saberlight to blink away successfully. That does happen. But what also happens is 4 kills for OG off of that team fight.
Great front line from Tim's. Just pure distraction. He has the buyback to the outpost anyway. Waste the pulverize on the Mirana. That fight's wide open. Weaver lives, gets time lapse. As a result, no Aegis gets burned. The Mjolnir was completed for Natsumi with the amp damage going into that Roche, so he's peaking in terms of his damage in this early game. Pays off in the fight. Again, all the little things adding up here for OG. They played it right. Played it smart. Even with the sick dodge here. Hook shot misses, spear misses. You land the wheel, and you still lose the fight. Pipe and Mech too strong here.
Yeah, you could see the Primal Beast like charging through. The pipe makes it so he doesn't do any damage. And Natsumi again, time lapse right before death.
Ooh, that's a big pickup here. You're trying to get to that primal BKB. You're getting slowed down as the DK getting massive. Full BKB done for Yopaj, level 15 and a half. We need more impact from the Storm in this next 10-minute period. OG are just getting too much off the map. They're building the 5-on-5. You gotta start getting some galvanized stacks or something. Here's another interesting smoke. Just 2 heroes, 3 heroes from bottom.
Swarming in, going after the Storm Spirit. Escape act, but they're gonna try and spear off it. It doesn't latch to a tree, so Abed zip, zip, zip. And away he goes. Maybe supports are gonna be left behind. Hell Scream.
Ooh, sick hook shot.
Did they get the kill? Yeah, fly, dragon-tailed, pushed around by the cogs. So full support will die to that smoke.
OG's just playing faster right now. All the little connections, the smoke plays, they're landing. Even gonna pick up a wisdom shrine here. Will lose their own. And it gets scanned out, so not fast enough to get everything, but man, are they snowballing this game fast.
Time to take objectives.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
These are not the style of games that Storm thrives in. If you don't find pickoffs and the enemy can just build early, sustain, and auras,
Tower is under attack.
he's not the best hero at jumping into a 5-man ball with mech pipe and bringing some hero down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
A late Orchid. And Abed is going to be very susceptible to this. All he's got is Yashikaya, and he's looking at Shard and Shiva's next because they need some damage to get through this pipe mech action.
Gonna catch the Primal on his way to BKB again. It is delayed by 250 gold. Can't even get the lanes out anymore.
Amp damage, things are beginning to spiral.
Need some tier 1s here.
Dire's middle tower
If you're Virtus.pro, this tier 1 bottom and mid that are still standing are just preventing you getting the lanes in. You can't force the split from OG. They're gonna smoke bottom to protect it again. And this will land another successful smoke.
Yeah, we saw in game 1, Virtus.pro just throwing themselves at the safe lane tier 1 tower, trying to finish off. It seems to be a persistent problem against OG. They can't get any of these objectives out of the way and so have no map control as a result.
Tim stalking Abed bottom. They are gonna get him. The setup is just so good right now. They use this Mirana ult. He stalks in bottom, sets up for the DK stun. They were setting the Invis Clockwork in top, who is single-handedly pushing Gyro off the map right now. Gets hit by a flare. He's just going in.
Yeah, why not? Just mess with them. I mean, Virtus.pro are certainly not in a position to turn around and fight, even as they see heroes on the other side of the map. They know there's no Dragonite here, but what can you do?
Very clean.
And now the BKB is done for the Primal Beast. So the Virtus.pro, they think, okay, now we've got something to do in team fights. Unfortunately, they are 10,000 net worth behind. So
Radiant structures.
Let out a lot to get here.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And now you need more damage. Feels like you need that full Daedalus on the Gyro. Nico thinking about Lincolns here, but I'd be pretty tempted to just go Crimson. You might be able to just end the game off the Aura power. Should expect VP to smoke right now with that Primal BKB completion. You got to start looking for something. Get this Storm rolling. Especially before next Roche spawns. Try and recover some of this lead, build yourself up to that objective. Moonlight Shadow is going to push OG towards the front lines unseen. VP baiting the Gyro on the front line with the saves behind him. Not a bad idea if you can execute on it.
they jump on Tomato and they can escape back. Turn around, they actually get the grab on the Dragonite. They're going to try and blow up Yopaj. It doesn't work. He got off the BKB. Now it's a little awkward as Tomato uses his BKB to retreat. They did what damage they could, but ultimately, as soon as Yopaj popped BKB, this fight was over. And now it's just a question of how many Virtus.pro heroes can get out alive. It's not going to be the two supports. Does the Gyrocopter get away? Nope. Yules into Arrow. Double buyback from the supports, but their carry is already dead. Saberlight dies to Yopaj. What did you buy back for?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. OG lose. Absolutely nothing. They gain a huge amount. And there's just nothing to fight that Dragonite on the front line with BKB. I mean, as you said, once he pops it and sits there and you messed up your chain stun combo, that felt like the fight. That's it.
Good game.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a domination of a series.
I think going into this, most people would have favored OG given the way they looked at this DreamLeague. Virtus.pro making it to playoffs has been, still been kind of inconsistent. And unfortunately, I think we saw them on a particular low mark here. But unsurprising that OG, I mean, they're the